Happiness is not a goal. And if you ask most people, what do you want in life? They say, I want to be happy. I always say you should never pursue happiness. Don't pursue happiness. Pursue a lifestyle where the byproduct of that lifestyle is happiness. So happiness comes as a byproduct. I spend time with the people that I love. What is my byproduct? I'm happy. I spend time with people I don't like. I'm not happy. So don't pursue happiness. Pursue a lifestyle that gives happiness. But in order to pursue that lifestyle, you need to be clear what you want in life. What I would recommend as a homework is to be clear what your purpose in life is. One way to do this is to spend 5 minutes each morning reflecting on what your purpose of life is. Get to know yourself. Most people are happy to spend time with other people and things, but very few people actually make time to spend time with themselves. So when you wake up in the morning, take a shower, go to a quiet place in your house, sit down, and ask yourself questions about you. What do you want in life? What's my purpose in life? Why am I here? What do I love? What am I passionate about? How many people can genuinely answer, this is my purpose in life? Very, very few people. Once you're clear with your purpose, you know what to concentrate on, and you know what to direct your finite amount of energy towards. So the next thing we want to look at is energy consumers, right? People and things are two of the biggest consumers of energy, and people and things also give you a lot of energy. Since the subject is vast and time is short, let's focus on the people that consume energy and how we can deal with them. I call these people energy vampires. All right? That's what a vampire does, right? Bites you in the neck and sucks the life out of you. And some people consume tremendous amount of energy. Essentially speaking, there are three types of people, and let's keep this simple, monk simple. There are uplifting people, there are neutral people, and there are not uplifting people. An uplifting person, I spend 5 minutes with an uplifting person, I walk away, I feel great, and go like, wow, that was an amazing conversation. A neutral person, I spend 5 minutes with them, I walk away, I'm still the same. A not uplifting person, I spend 5 minutes with them, I walk away, and I go like, oh my God, that was exhausting. Right? And you've probably experienced that in your life. So then the next question to ask is, are they an energy vampire? There are two ways to figure this out. One is, I can judge, or I can evaluate. As a monk, three qualities were really important to cultivate: humility, obedience, and responsiveness. Right? Humility, obedience, and responsiveness. Humility is the state of knowing that I don't know anything. You adopt the attitude that I am the beginning of the path, I know nothing, I'm super enthusiastic, and I want to learn and grow. Obedience is obedience to your teacher because you trust him or her, and also obedience to your superconscious mind, which is your intuitive mind. The greater knowing of your mind that knows everything, that's the area of your mind, the superconscious that's the all-knowing part of your mind. Be obedient to that superconscious. So when you get an intuitive flash that tells you, do this, which quite often people refer to as a gut feeling, I call it an intuition because the gut kind of is more related to your instinctive mind. So you're intuitive, be obedient to that. So if you broke the mind down to three parts, you would say there's the instinctive, the intellect, and the intuitive. So my intuitive mind knew that that was the right thing to do. The intellect was saying like, it's getting dark outside, I have to walk through the forest, can we do it in the morning? That's the intellect, it's reasoning. And the instinctive mind just said, no, I'm afraid to go live in the forest because some animal's gonna come eat me at night. Because the instinctive mind likes the same thing. It's the nature of the animal mind, right? It loves repetition. The intellectual mind likes new things. That's why the intellectual mind can be fascinated with the internet and gets caught in the internet because it's always serving you something new online, whereas the instinctive mind loves repetition. Monks have been using affirmations forever, mantras as they call it in Sanskrit. We use these beats to chant on, and a lot of times people say these are prayer beats, but we actually, you could say they're prayer beats, but we're actually more like affirmation or mantra beats. So we use these to actually program our subconscious. So as we chant on each beat, we chant an affirmation. I am happy, or I'm confident. And we repeat the same chant over and over again. And there are 108 beats in here, so you can imagine how your subconscious gets programmed.
And you memorize like 108 different chants?
Oh, well, just one chant.
One chant, okay.
One chant over and over again. So if it's I'm happy or I'm confident, you repeat it 108 times.
Okay.
So with affirmation, 3 ingredients are necessary: concise choice of positive words, clear visualization, and a corresponding feeling. And most people don't understand this when it comes to affirmation. They just say the words, but no visualization and no feeling. So for example, if I say, I love apples, concise choice of positive words. Now, when I say the word I, my mind knows I'm talking about me. When I say the word love, my mind knows that he likes it, he enjoys it, he adores it. That's what love means to him. When I say the word apples, my mind gets confused because it's searching my entire hard drive, my entire subconscious from the day I was born for every occurrence of the word apple, right? So words alone is not enough. So that's why we have visualization. So when I say I love apples and I visualize a bright red apple, my mind goes, oh, that's what he's talking about. I love apples. He loves bright red apples. So that's why words and visualization are important.
Okay.
And then feeling. Feeling is emotion. Emotion is energy. From a monk's perspective of understanding the monk and experience of a monk's perspective of understanding the mind and experience of the mind, and my perspective and my experience of the mind, there are two things we need to understand: awareness and the mind. Let's define what they are. Let's define awareness as a glowing ball of light. So imagine an orb, a glowing ball of light that can float around. Let's call that awareness and put that aside. Now let's define the mind. Let's define the mind as a vast space with many different areas within it. One area of the mind is angry, hatred, jealousy, joy, happiness, sex, food, art, science, technology, a whole bunch of different things, right? Your awareness, that ball of light, can actually move to any area of the mind you want it to go to. So if your awareness, this glowing ball of light, goes to the happy area of the mind, it lights up that particular area of the mind. You become conscious of being happy. Are you happy? No, you're in an area of the mind called happiness. If this ball of light goes to the angry area of the mind, it lights up that particular area of the mind. Are you angry? No, you're in an area of the mind called anger. And by using your willpower and your powers of concentration, you can actually take your awareness, this ball of light, to any area of the mind that you want to go to. And here's the most important part. Where your awareness goes, that's where your energy is flowing. So if your awareness goes to the angry area of the mind, your energy is flowing there. It's actually strengthening that particular area of the mind. So this is the theory of it. One is there's a clear separation between awareness and the mind, two completely different things. Second is you can actually take your awareness and move it to any area of the mind you want it to go to. All day we allow people and things around us to dictate where our awareness goes in our mind. And this happens all day, right? All day we allow people and things to dictate where our awareness goes. And because they dictate where our awareness goes, that's where our energy flows as well. And where our energy flows is what manifests in our life. So really the goal in life is not really to control your mind, but rather to control where your awareness is going within your mind. If you're not feeling well, what do? You go online, right? You look at people standing at the bus stop for 10 minutes waiting for the bus. They get uncomfortable with being with themselves, they pull out the phone and they start engaging with something. Right. Because to actually be with you is probably one of the most challenging things you can face in life. And the whole purpose of the monastery is to strip everything and everyone away from a person, and they're only left with themselves. You see all the beautiful things about yourself, and you see all the ugly things about yourself. And the way to survive right off the bat is to learn to accept you for who you are. And if you don't accept yourself for who you are, you'll never make it in the monastery. You just really have to put 1-2 arms around yourself and go, this is me. Accepting doesn't mean condoning. It's just acknowledging that this is where you are right now. You're made up of good things and not so good things, and it's okay. And I always looked at myself as a building under construction. There's still work going on, the scaffolding, there's tools lying around, the nails, but it's a work in progress. And that's the first thing you have to do as a monk, is accept yourself for who you are. Because as soon as you go in, you're going to see everything. And if you don't accept yourself for who you are, you'll want to leave. I define willpower as a mental muscle. So if you could draw biceps around your brain in a very simplified way, that's how I would define willpower. Right, and discipline is, I look, well, actually there's 3 elements I would say. There's willpower, discipline, and love. And a lot of people want to create discipline in their life, but they start and then they struggle and they stop. And I feel like the driving factor behind discipline is love. When you love something and you're passionate about it, then you want to discipline your life more so that you can have more of that love. So I have a daughter, for example, she's 10 and a half months old. and I love her very much, and I want to spend a lot of time with her. And in order to spend more time with her, I need to discipline my life. So I use my willpower to create that discipline, that strict rigidness of my day that allows me to have more time to spend with my daughter. But it's the love that drives the act of being disciplined. And I use my willpower to discipline myself by saying no to things, no to opportunities, no to people, and structuring my life and being clear on what my priorities are. So I say discipline is the byproduct, whereas willpower is what's needed to create that structure. But the base of it is love. At the source of it's love. If you don't have something you're passionate about, something that you love passionately, then you're not driven to discipline your life. You may start it, but then you can't sustain it. People think that the more you meditate, the better it is. So 20 minutes of meditation is not as great as 3 hours of meditation. And it's actually not how we work. For us, we believed in quality as opposed to quantity. We spent the whole day preparing to meditate. So in Hindu philosophy, what comes before meditation? Concentration. Concentration comes before meditation. So you need to learn how to concentrate in order to meditate. And we believe that you can't meditate if you can't concentrate. So we spend the whole day focusing on concentration. So when I spoke with someone in the monastery, I spoke with another monk, I gave them my undivided attention. When I worked on my laptop, I focused on working on my laptop. When I swept the sidewalk, I focused on sweeping the sidewalk. So throughout the day, I'm practicing concentration. Now when I go to sit down to meditate, I'm really focused and I can have a dynamic meditation session. People come up to me all the time and then they say, Dandapani, I'm so stressed out, I've got so much happening in my life. Do you think if I meditate for 5 minutes in the morning, it'll help my whole day? I'm going like, well, what are you doing the remaining 23 hours and 55 minutes? That's what I want to know. Because if you try to meditate for 5 minutes in the morning and the rest of the day you just live a chaotic life, that's not, it's a good start, but it's not really helping you. It's like eating a carrot in the morning and then eating hamburgers and fries all day and hoping to have a healthy diet. You have to understand that your whole day, your lifestyle is what's going to support your meditation practice at the start. Then your meditation practice grows, and then it turns around and supports your lifestyle.
Right.
Another thing I want to talk about is mental energy vampires. What's a mental energy vampire? Mental energy vampire is unresolved emotional experiences that are sitting in our subconscious. Most people's subconscious mind looks like this Indian flower market. It's just packed with stuff because people don't resolve stuff as they go through life, right? Everything that is once passed through your conscious mind in the form of experience is resident in your subconscious mind, and all these experiences have emotion attached to them. One simple way to deal with unresolved emotional experiences is to do this exercise called the Vasana Daha Tantra. That's a Sanskrit name for it. And what it really is to take a piece of paper and write down the problem on it. Every experience has emotion attached to it. And I want to share with you a quote from Tesla, which I think really encapsulates the philosophy that I believe in or that I was trained in the monastery. Tesla says, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Everything is made up of energy, and it's vibrating at a certain frequency. So if I have an experience, it has emotion attached to it, it's vibrating in my subconscious mind. My goal is, I can't do anything about the experience because it's already happened, but what I can do to help myself is to remove the emotion that's attached to experience. So I take a piece of paper, I write down the problem. as I write down the problem, something really interesting happens. That experience moves from my subconscious mind to my conscious mind because I'm reliving it. The interesting thing that happens is the energy, the emotion actually comes out of the experience, flows through my hands into the piece of paper. Now I crumble the piece of paper and I burn it in a fire. It could be a garbage can, a fireplace, it doesn't really matter. Does the fire destroy the emotion? No, because you can't destroy energy. But what it actually does is transform the emotion in the paper into heat, flame, ash, smoke, and a whole bunch of different things. To know yourself is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. It truly is, right? Most people don't really understand themselves, they don't understand what they want in life, and therefore find it extremely difficult what to focus their finite amount of energy on. I want to leave you with two quotes, one from my guru. The first one is proceed with confidence, right? Proceed with confidence. Believe in your ability to manifest something in your life, because you can. How do you manifest something in your life? You take your awareness, you focus it on that thing. You know how to develop concentration now. You keep your awareness on it. When your awareness is on it, that's where your energy is flowing. When your energy flows there, it starts to manifest in your life. And believe in your ability to do that and proceed with confidence. The next thing is, life is meant to be lived joyously. It truly is. And if you're not happy with life, then something needs to be changed. If you ask most people what do they want in life, they'll always say, most people often answer, I want to be happy. Happiness should never be pursued. Don't pursue happiness. Pursue a lifestyle that results in happiness. And that's, for me, what I do. I never chase happiness. I pursue a lifestyle where the byproduct of the lifestyle is happiness. In order to find out what the lifestyle is, I need to know what my purpose in life is. In order to do that, I need to spend time with myself each day to find out who and what's important in my life, take that finite amount of energy that I have each day, focus it into those things. That starts to manifest in my life. The byproduct of that is happiness.